Right now, the ongoing fight over the debt ceiling can be characterized by posturing from both sides as Democrats and Republicans dig in their heels, refusing to budge on what they view as key points in the negotiations. In the background, a looming deadline on when the United States would technically run out of cash and no longer be able to pay its bills. Let's start with the talks. They are continuing, and that is the good news. The bad news is the two sides are reportedly still far apart on key issues. The Republicans are demanding a spending freeze and what are considered draconian cuts to many programs viewed as vital by Democrats. Now, in April, House GOP lawmakers approved a bill that would raise the debt ceiling, but with sharp budget cuts, including slashing money for climate change-related measures and new work requirements for those receiving Medicaid. Both demands are simply non-starters for the Biden administration and congressional Democrats. The White House has offered to freeze spending at 2023 levels, an offer promptly rejected by Republicans. Behind closed doors, McCarthy reportedly told his Republican colleagues the two sides are not close to a deal. The White House says the clock is ticking, and failing to resolve the debt ceiling will have catastrophic consequences.
Everyone understands that the consequences of a first ever default would be severe for the American people and the American economy. America is not a deadbeat nation. We pay our bills. We have never defaulted in our history.
Perhaps the most troubling news comes from U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. Yellen has repeatedly said that as soon as June 1st, the U.S. government will no longer be able to pay its bills and will be in default unless action is taken by lawmakers on the debt ceiling. Now, if the U.S. goes into default, analysts say no corner of the global economy would be spared. Moody's, which delivers independent opinions on credit risk, says nearly 8 million U.S. jobs would vanish. Unemployment would skyrocket from its rate of 3.4% to 8%, and the U.S. markets could lose as much as $10 trillion in household wealth. Well, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says the June 1st deadline is a serious deadline, and this is not saber-rattling. However, others have varying opinions. Goldman Sachs predicts that June 8th or 9th, the U.S. could run out of money, but its chief political economist is urging the two sides to come to agreement soon. And also the Bipartisan Policy Center says the money could perhaps be stretched as far as August. However, all sides say we're tiptoeing very close to a tipping point, to a deadline that nobody wants to approach.